So to begin with, we need to make sure that all of our modifiers are applied, in which for me they are. So and then we're gonna cursor to center. And then add our armature from the left, or we can shift A, armature single bone. So I'll just do this, or of course I could always do this. And then I'll just go into edit mode so that my origin stays here, right? It's still here. And then move it up. And see what happens when I put it inside my character. You can't see anymore. So what we need to do is turn on something called X-ray. And then we could select the body, the head, or the tail of the bone. And we can move it, right? And we can also scale, rotate, and grab our bone on the X, Y, and Z. I'm just going to take the head and move it to the neck area and extrude it on the Z. So you can always extrude on the bottom and top. Or you can also do this, but it doesn't work that well. And so we're going to extrude here and extrude a bone here. And what we could do is W subdivide, which is also a function. So the main ones are E to extrude and W to subdivide. So we're subdividing, and one last bone there. Also same thing for this. And now we'll change our view to our side view. And then I'm just going to move these back and extrude it outwards. Oops. Extrude it outwards. And we need to make sure that it's actually inside our object by checking all around. Okay. So now that we have done that, we do parenting. So right click the child first and then hold shift and select the parent. The parent is what's going to control the child. So we're going to parent it with Control P with automatic weights. And boom. And if you go to post mode after selecting the bones, you could control your character now. So one more thing that we're going to learn is materials. Okay. So in the materials tab, you can create a new material. I'm just going to change to cycles render. Remember, always cycles render. And then so we're going to use, if you ever see use nodes, just press use nodes. Okay, and then so here we got to pick the color. I'm going to pick green, and I'm going to name it green here. All right, and now if I go to materials and viewport shading, I'll see that it's green. Now if I want to add another material, I could press the plus button, and I could use the old material or a new one. So I'm going to press new, name it blue, and set it to blue. And you're saying, oh, but I have two colors, but how do I assign the other color? So the top one is always the default color. All right, everything's just going to be by default green. Now I could select in edit mode certain faces, and you see when I go into edit mode, all of these things appear. I could choose blue and assign, and boom, blue assign. Now if I have another object, I still have access to all my old materials. Or if I create a new one, name it red, then I have red. Then I want this face to be blue. That's it. And then the task was to create something like this. So this is just basic scene, basic first scene. All I used was object mode, edit mode, and colors in cycles. And I rigged this with. So we're just going to make a basic first scene with our knowledge of making objects. And then we also create a small anything that you could rig. So in this case, I just create a really basic Suzanne character. So see, you could rotate, and in case anyone's wondering, for the glass here. You guys don't have to know how to do this for now, but it's okay. Just use like a base color if you want to like make a car or whatever. That's all. Just very basic for scene. Just make it doesn't have to be exactly following to mine, but just make a scene.